Men don't come up to you, not even big. Nobody comes up to you in the club. Nobody comes up to you in the club. They be scary as fuck, and I don't understand why.
Hello, recording live. Do not come to Old Mate. It's not worth it. Opinion will be updated once I'm inside.
I'm fucking sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very.
We'd be at a function like this. I'm talking about overly loaded. But still won't walk up and talk to nobody. Like, what the fuck you? Oh, he gonna be a trap out, y'all. Like, what the fuck you came here for?
Excuse me. That looks absolutely beautiful on you.
Thank you. Are you gonna pay for it?
Nah.
Okay.
Men nowadays, they don't want girlfriends.
Gone are the days where a man would be like, hey, you know, I think you're beautiful. I wanna get to know you.
Courting.
Courting. They don't court anymore, right? That's number one.
Because they don't want to go.
Yeah.
To court.
Number two.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
You want to
Guys, men used to go to war and now they look at you weird when you approach them at the bar because all they did was stand around and stare at the wall all night.
Men are no longer approaching women, and women all around the world are starting to feel it. They're getting frustrated and they're getting upset with this male loneliness epidemic.
Can I just say it's extremely frustrating that no one talks to each other on the street anymore. I just walked out of Whole Foods. There was a guy I was staring at while shopping, and he was staring at me. I was clearly interested in him, giving him all the signs, and he still didn't approach me. But, like, I also didn't approach him, and what does that say about me? I guess I have to be that person in this modern day because men don't pursue women anymore. Like, I just want to be pursued, and I guess I am part of the problem.
Okay, can we like really talk about for like 1 minute, like why are men not approaching women in the bars anymore? Like, are you guys really that scared? Because we strictly go to the bars because we literally want to be approached. Like, I'm not there just to like hang out with my friends. Like, yes, I want to see my friends, but like I am also there because I want to talk to people. I feel like the whole like, oh, I've been rejected once and like now I'm terrified. Yeah, is crazy.
That's what they all effing say, and I'm like, okay, fine. Then you're never gonna like meet your wife.
No, right? Like, just try.
Like, have them being single.
Have you guys not been rejected by other things in your life, like a job or whatever, like school?
And you keep applying. Like, hello.
Like, we're not gonna bite. Like, we want to be approached and we want to talk to you. Like, just read the room.
You're gonna find the right girls that are either, yes, I'll entertain you for the night, or I'll go out on a date with you, or I'll fucking marry you. Like,
literally.
At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just like fucking make a move, and who gives a fucking shit?
Because you're always gonna be in the same spot. I also feel like, you guys have to remember, like, all girls, all they want is to be in a relationship or to be married. Like, that's, like, a lot of girls' goals. So it's, like, you can, like, if you're approaching the wrong girl, then, yeah, she's probably gonna reject you. And, like, I'm sorry if it's in a mean way. But, like, at the same time, it's, like, know what you're approaching and know what your league is in order to approach. And then make sure that you guys, like, she's looking at you or something. Don't just like cold approach her. Then you might get rejected. But like, just remember that girls want to be approached.
Men get a lot of hate nowadays. No, it's hard. Like, it's hard.
They call them creepy.
Yeah, which is disgraceful. That's why guys don't have the confidence to come up to girls because other girls put that in them, which isn't good. Like, I have brothers, they're the same. I'm like, why wouldn't you go up and ask a girl on a date? Have confidence.
I don't think there's any downside in going up and talking to a girl. Men are kind of a little bit afraid nowadays. Like, any girl is going to be flattered to have anyone come over to them.
Not any girl.
Well, not any girl.
Why don't men approach women that they find attractive? And yes, I'm generalizing, y'all, because it's true. A lot of men don't approach women. If you find a woman attractive, you're not going to approach her. You're not going to tell her she's pretty. You never know. Have we as women made it hard for y'all to approach us? That's because sometimes, a lot of times, y'all be on dumb shit, and we don't like. Bro, relax. We don't be.
Last time I checked, attractive women behave just like unattractive women these days. What's really the difference? Rejection is still rejection.
So I go out with my single friend, you know what I mean? Because most of them are single. And I'm observing
when I go to the club, when I go out to bars, whatever I'm doing with my single friends, I'm seeing men not approach women like at all. Like, why not shoot your shot? Like, there's so many single people out here. Why not? I see people are in their little bubble and they stick to their little bubble. There is no men shooting the shot. Where is it? Back in the day, men would attempt. Now, I see nothing. A woman be next to a man and nothing, no conversation. They're in a little bubble. What the fuck is it? Let me know.
I feel like what you say, the men are different.
They're
The men are
nicer,
much more respectful.
now, because like before you could like you be dancing and then after a while you gotta turn back like who the heck is this? No, I could be pushing back like he gonna come. Right? Like I here doing the most work.
Sir, grab
like,
this wine.
When
No, but it's
teeth in the
true.
wine, they ain't come
But
teeth
it's
for
scale,
wine no more. Like they
But
stand up
even the whole
watching.
touching thing, because I always used to have an SVD and used to make me so annoyed when you pass people, they gotta touch you.
Yeah, that
especially
too.
the men. Now,
nobody
They
hands
don't
up,
even
girl.
come at all. I was
Nah.
surprised when somebody
Yeah.
come behind me.
Honestly,
it was
they
very
get shy.
shocking.
I'm kind of confused. You guys sound like you're upset. You don't get
No, because
bum rushed
now,
anymore.
look, when we used to get touched, it was annoying.
You
but
wanted to get bum
no,
rushed,
but
you
you
don't wanna
go
get bum
into
rushed.
the complete opposite side. You need a balance. Don't
Yeah.
touch me up disrespectfully.
Right,
But
right.
pull up on me.
Pull up, you
up
could have been
I
like
just walk.
With everything being so easily recorded, I think nowadays men are just seeing how women are reacting and saying, no, don't touch me. You're a creep. You're this, you're that. You're weird. Yo, I got the ick. I think men are just like, forget all that. I can just enjoy myself here in my own space.
Since I have some awesome guys on TikTok right now listening, I'm thinking, may I have your opinion, please? What is it with men these days and not wanting to date? Do you guys have a fear of commitment? Is it the woman these days? Does it have anything to do with spending money on women? Does it have anything to do with trust issues? Maybe dating apps? Maybe you feel like there are endless options in terms of significant others?
Not only is it all those things, but it's definitely the women. Yep, definitely the women.
All right, so this is a genuine question for all the men out there. Can you guys explain to me why men don't approach women in public anymore? And before anyone starts fighting in my comments, yes, women can approach too. I know. Everyone relax. But I'm talking about like real life flirting at the gym, at a coffee shop, at bars, at ShopRite, like actual human interaction. Because the amount of eye contact happening lately with absolutely zero follow through, insane. Like, sir, we've made eye contact 6 times in Wegmans, and now you're examining pasta sauce near me with deep concentration. Just come talk to me. And honestly, I feel like meeting someone naturally in real life is so much better than the dating apps. Dating apps feel like everybody's exhausted, everybody's performing, everybody's talking to 14 people at once. Meanwhile, in real life, people will clearly be interested in each other and then just walk away. So I genuinely want to know from the men, what changed? Are you worried women don't want to be bothered anymore? Is it fear of rejection? Did dating apps completely destroy everyone's ability to speak in public? Because I don't think attraction disappeared. I think everyone just got too in their heads to act on it.
I feel like men, they're not honest at times, but they're pretty honest when they say like, hey, I don't want a relationship. That means that they don't want a relationship with you.
Yeah.
As women, we do this thing where it's like when they tell us like, oh, I don't want a relationship, something about that, we're like, oh, it's a challenge.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yes.
And no, they do want a relationship. No, they just want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
This comment was just too good not to respond to. I honestly think it is true that men nowadays are uninterested in the dating game. And they're most likely the good ones, which then leaves us ladies having bad experiences, and then we, in hand, want to get off the dating scene. So then we're both left screwed because all the good ones are out of the dating scene and aren't interested. When is this going to change, though? Maybe we all need to come back together and make it work?
So why are you single?
Because I don't want a girl.
I feel like you got your heart broken one time.
Heartbroken?
Bro, I did too. I feel like you got your heart broken one time, and that just really fucked you up.
I wouldn't say I had my heart broken. I started to understand women a little bit more as I got, well, early on I understood that like she's not mine. Even if she may be my girlfriend, she might be influenced by other people.
You're selling yourself short of the greatest. I mean,
Relationship. If we just had a good time for a moment, then cool. If you end up venturing off, I do too. It is what it is.
but don't you know anybody that's been like married for like decades?
Yeah. I know some that got married for a couple weeks.
Yeah, but you're focusing much closer.
Focusing on everything.
When you go onto the court, do you manifest that you're the best on the court? Do you believe it? Like, do you truly believe that you're the best out there?
I just do my job.
You're not getting me anything here.
I really
I believe it. I believe that love is out there for you. You're a great guy. You're the nicest guy in the NBA.
I don't think it's just Kevin Durant that feels this way. I think it's a nice insider to see, successful men on his level, how they're actually operating the way they think. And I think that they're all looking from the outside in a sort of a way and seeing, well, hey, why should I rush anything?
You know what I think is crazy? I had dudes all in my inbox. Beautiful, you fine. I'd love to take you out. Da, 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 right? I'm always by myself. Anytime I'm in Minnesota, I'm typically by myself. So I go downtown, I go out, I go places, and I run into some of these dudes, right? They be by themselves. Some of them be with their girl. But when they by themselves, they don't say two words to me. I'm by myself, clearly. I mean, I'll be at Nicollet Diner. I'll be at all these places by myself. And they don't say two freaking words to me. But all that talk in my inbox. Which is fine, because I don't want you anymore.
Are women that hard to talk to?
You know what? When I was like a girl dating dudes, I didn't get it. But when I had to be the person, because like I think one thing that women don't think about is like women are mean. Women are fucking mean. Women can be so mean. And especially, I think, to, I would say, masculine presenting people as a masculine presenting person. But like to men, women are mean.
It seems like the only people that can actually identify with this type of truth or the truth is those that really put themselves in the space or the shoes of men. What does that tell you about most women today?
And I think that, when you are in your early 20s and you are using your sexuality, you can mistake the attention that you're getting as being power.
No offense to men, but it gets to a point where it's like, baby, you are too fine to be afraid to talk to women. I'm laughing because it's actually like funny, but it's not funny. Like, I recognize that it's probably really difficult for some men to talk to girls because, like, I don't know, women are scary because we're so hot. But like, you actually are hot too. And if you're hot, why are you afraid to talk to women? Do you think a girl's gonna come up to you first and be like, you're so hot? And sometimes that happens. Like, some of us are bold in that way and we're okay with approaching a man, but some of us want to be approached and you're fine as freak and you're afraid to approach her. Like, what do you think's gonna happen, baby? You're gonna end up missing out on a bad bitch because you want to be scary. Mind you, you're fine as fuck. Like, pick it up. Pick up your whole feelings. Like, get it together. I don't know. Men be weird. Like, you actually are too fine to be scared of women. Like, I don't know. No excuses. You have no excuse. Okay.
She says no. No, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario at that point? What happens? What happens? Do you shrink an inch? Do you lose? Like, does your hairline recede an inch? Does money like fall out of your bank account? What happens? Please. So I have minus 1,000 aura. No, that's not a thing. The aura is lost. Okay. And if she says yes, how much aura is gained? Please. You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity. Because you ain't getting no play if you not approaching nobody. Just say have a nice day with a smile and walk off. Thank you, Sancho. Yes, exactly.
It's crazy because I hear her say all of that, but then you hear other women say all of this.
Nothing pisses me off more than when a man that looks like the shit on the bottom of my shoe is like, hey, can I take you out? Now, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I know I ain't ugly.
The men of LA don't approach women, and I refuse. I will not approach a man.
No.
I'll literally make you so uncomfortable that it gets to the point where you have to say something to me because you have become you know what a little bitch you are right now. Like I've been in the same room as you for 45 minutes and you keep looking over at me and you think I'm going to say something to you. And you're looking at me, talking to other people, having fun. You're going to have to approach me. I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with it. And somebody told me that the guys here literally say that they prefer when a woman approaches them. I'm like, not in New York.
I've met very attractive men that they literally, the only girls they've ever dated approach them. I was
Disgusting.
like, what? I was like, you're an attractive man too, tall, whatever. I'm like, how do you not just, you could easily just go hi. Like, you don't have to
Literally,
try.
you could just be like, hi. They can't.
We need to go back to men moving to girls in real life. When you're moving to a girl on the street, it's off the dome. You have to flow with it. And then obviously she might hit you with a spanner and you have to, you gotta think on your feet, baby. Now you get to sit down and think, oh, what should I say? You can even ask for advice. Bro, how do I chat to this girl? So in terms of that on your feet game, they ain't got it like that, yo. They ain't got the flavor like that, yo.
And also, you have to remember, when it's online, you can start speaking to a girl at 6 o'clock, take a break, go somewhere else. When you're talking to a girl on the street, you ain't got that.
You're a door salesman.
Yes, there and then.
Show me what you got. Sell me this pen. Sell me this pen. You got 5 minutes. My bus is in 5 minutes. Sell me this pen. You had to perform. Nowadays, it's like, okay, cool. I will text her back in 2 hours. Then you'll now do 2-hour reply. Then she'll do 4-hour reply. A guy hasn't made me giggle in 5 minutes in a while. You know, there was back in the day when you talk to someone and be like, like within 5 minutes, like, you went from sorry, I got a man to, it's not like that anymore. The game's changed. The game's rigged.
I don't have to.
Okay.
And it don't take nothing away from you.
But that wasn't the question. She was saying men don't approach women anymore.
Because
And
after 10,
men
20, 30
okay.
years, listen, after decades of men approaching women, and I use one example of me, a personal example, but after decades of men approaching women and getting clowned for it, I didn't come here for that. Go to the club. I ain't come here for that. Try to holler at you at church. I didn't come here for that. Try to talk to you in the grocery store. I didn't come here for that. Try to talk to you in the parking lot. Now I'm a creep. Now I'm stalking. Now I'm all of this and that. No, ma'am. Okay, we get the message. You put the yield sign up. You put the stop sign. We were taught to stop when we hear and see.
That's facts. Let's be real. They treat most of the guys out there that way. So you only treat the minority of guys the opposite way. So that means, what does the majority of men resort to doing? Not approaching.
Women are starting to ask the question, why don't men approach anymore? What? Why don't men approach anymore? Because you become unapproachable. You become so entitled, so rude. You think you're better than men. You think a man needs to come out and prove something to you when it's you that needs to be proving to him that you're wife ready. Men aren't going to go out and approach you just to get shot down and get laughed at. This is the environment. Men are cost-benefit calculators, and far too many modern men are starting to say the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. Men aren't approaching. And when men do approach, you don't like the way they're approaching. Well, men are starting, who are approaching? The dudes with the cat calling and the holler monsters. Because, ladies, you made the market the way it is. You condition the market. You condition the customers. Men are the customers. You can get me too'd by approaching. You ask the question, when does it become harassment? When does it become harassment? The only way it's not harassment is if you're an attractive guy. And most guys are like, if I don't make enough money and they're this tall and this thick, I don't have a real shot. So if approaches are down, guess what else is down? Dating. Dating is almost non-existent.
This is why a lot of men are minding their business rather than approaching women. Now pay attention.
Right now, you cannot legally interact with women without a consequence. This is true. There are consequences for approaching women in public. There are consequences for approaching women at the gym. There's a consequence for getting into a relationship with a woman where she could potentially trap you with the kid, or she could also potentially put you on child support, alimony. If you have a child, she can come back 10 years later and say that you raped her. This is how much power that women have. And it's interesting because instead of listening to the grievances of men and understanding them. Notice how women always blame the culture, they never blame women. And if you blame women, you become the bad guy. You become evil. Women are very influenced by the culture. Women are very influenced by their friends. Women are very influenced by their family. Women are influenced by everybody around them. Women are in control of the culture. The media caters to women. The laws cater to women. So who is responsible for the destruction of society? Women.
He's not calling you because he doesn't want to. He's not taking you out on dates because he doesn't want to. He's not committing to you because he doesn't want to. If he wanted to, he would.
So as somebody that primarily dates like wealthier men, these like hacks for girls to get wealthy men is always so funny to me because it's not reality. Like, it doesn't fucking work that way. You know, they tell you to, you know, speak a certain way, act a certain way, show up to these places a certain way, which can work, right? You can end up with a person that falls for that. And then if you're a self-aware individual who's working on becoming the best version of yourself, you're going to end up in a position where you're pretending to be somebody you're not. And that internally doesn't feel good. Whereas you can still attract a wealthy man if that's what you want by just being your damn self and by working on yourself or building something for yourself. My hack to getting wealthier men is just be yourself and work on yourself and be ambitious about your life, and that's going to attract ambitious men. If you want to date a man of a certain caliber, then you have to be a woman of that caliber. And I don't just mean financially. I mean, like, the trade-off has to be equal, right? Because everything in this life is give and take. So if you want to date a multimillionaire that's going to retire you and put you in like a multi-million-dollar home where your kids go to private school, that man is going to come home after a long day of like being an attorney, and you're going to talk to him. He's going to have nothing to fucking relate to you about because you're not of that caliber. So the best way to attract a man of that caliber is to be ambitious, because a man that's just as ambitious is going to want to attract a woman that's just as ambitious. He's going to want to retire a woman that's ambitious. Or you can be somebody in his life that gives him something that he doesn't have. Maybe he's like, you know, somebody that requires somebody that's like more joyful and kind, and that's not something that he's ever had in his life. Again, that's why it's important to just be yourself. Be yourself, and the right man that's looking for you is going to find you. And if you're ambitious and yourself, you're definitely going to attract a man that's ambitious and looking for you. So stop trying to be somebody you're not. You have to allow it to happen organically. Otherwise, like, the jig is going to be up and they're going to know.
So I would love to get married again, but now it seems like men don't want to get married anymore. Like, why is this? Can't we just get a prenup and be happy and be married? I get it where there's so many people that just live together and they live a married life, but they don't actually get married. Are people at least getting rings still? So at least you can show like, I'm taken when you're out and about if you don't want to get married. What is the real reason men don't want to get married anymore? Is it money? Is it they've already had half of their stuff taken from a divorce, so they're bitter? I'm really curious. I feel like the partnership that comes with marriage is just a little bit different than if you're just dating someone, because they can always cut bait and jump ship because there's nothing to lose. When you do have like skin in the game, I feel like people would be more apt to like work through challenges, try to figure it out to stay together, versus if you're never married, it's easier just to be like, okay, fight and run away. But are guys really not wanting to get married anymore? Let me know in the comments.
Man doesn't want a girl that's just going to be naked all the time and put herself out there available for every man to see. Mm-hmm. You know, that I don't have to be a man to know that that's not what men want. If you think that that's freedom, the idea that you have to wear less, the idea that you have to get naked to be heard, you really think that's a form of freedom? Because that's slavery, that's bondage. I didn't have to take off my clothes to be heard in society. And these women will realize that when you follow these people that are, you know, self-imposed feminists, I'm a feminist, I do this, I'm a feminist, you hear that word over and over and over again, you'll find that the majority of them are miserable. Look at their lives and ask yourself a question. Do you think they are happy? Do you feel good when you do what they do? Right? When you're constantly looking for a dopamine hit, from social media because you took your clothes off and you want somebody in your comments, you know, a thirst trap with your ass out, right?
Ladies, here's the thing. We want men to be husbands. We want the rings and the things. But family, we cannot advocate for marriage without addressing the full picture, the elephant in the room. Women aren't bred to be wives today. Past generations have raised us up to pursue a career. Forget the man. He's an afterthought. Because when the man act up, you have an out, that degree that you can fall back on. And now, family, we have women who have been bred to be more of a husband than a wife. Let's keep it real. What is society teaching us? Look at the propaganda. Look at the social media. We can't continue to come at men for their lack of commitment, but not also state the obvious. There's a shortage of women worth making long-term or lifelong commitments to. We aren't training up wives. We're training up hypersexual, petty, money-hungry, cannot take any accountability, insecure, immature, women that can't even cover a pot, let alone a man. Women with the mentality that anything goes as long as I'm making $1 from it. Hyper-independent, attention-seeking, career-obsessed, not nurturing, selfish, girlfriend at best women. We want men to lock things down. And I agree, men should. But we gotta give them something worth committing to. And our media isn't pushing that agenda. It's keeping us single. So family, ladies, stop buying the lies of culture. That's what's keeping us single. Let us start focus on becoming the wife that God has created you to be.
Why don't you want to get married?
I don't want to get married because this is a weird one. I don't have enough positive examples of marriage in my life.
Understandable.
To be sold in this marriage thing.
Understandable.
I really don't.
Yeah, and you can only go from like the things that are close to you, so it makes sense.
I was actually listening to a podcast about a divorce lawyer the other day.
Okay.
The world's most famous or best or whatever divorce lawyer. And he actually kind of like opened my eyes to what like a prenup actually is. And it's just all it is it's just an agreement. So I think most people go in there when they're like, oh, would you sign a prenup? And people are like, nah, I'm never signing a prenup. Obviously, typically the girls would say that, but not always the case. But when people go in and be like, oh, I'm not signing a prenup, and the typical kind of back and forth is, well, if you wouldn't sign if you want, like, a lot of times the person who's being asked to sign a prenup would be like, well, if you're asking me to sign a prenup, why you're making it seem like we're going to fail? And why would you want to marry me if you're already thinking about our divorce? And I hate that argument, period. But I think a lot of people think a prenup just means you're signing away anything. It means that once I sign this piece of paper, I'm getting nothing and you're going to leave me high and dry. However, apparently, a prenup is just an agreement. So it's just like, we're not leave. If we get divorced without a prenup, the judge is just going to be like half over here, half over here, because I simply can't be bothered to deal with this. All your assets, and they break it down to assets. So when you don't have a prenup, they literally break it down to what everything you man own has they'll value it. So literally, if me and you are married right now and we got divorced, they will go through this entire studio and be like, that plant is worth a tenner, that plant is and they would literally split it out so the assets are even, and then you'd bicker over, but I want that plant. And that's like, divorces can take years when you don't have a prenup. Years and years and years of bickering because people want the exact split evenly of like what an asset is. And then one lawyer might be like, that's worth 500K. The other lawyer might be like, it's worth 10K. And then they go back and forth and argue about that. And it's a whole bullshit thing. Whereas you can just split it and sign a prenup and be like, we both agree in this prenup, if we were to get divorced, you'll get this and I'll get this, and we're not talking about it again. And then you can actually just like crack on with your marriage.
Fair enough.
I just feel like marriage is just like a shitty parlay bet, bruv. Like, it's just like, it's literally, I bet we are probably going to stay together. If not, I lose everything.
The difference is with men, is we're supposed to be the leaders. We got to put you guys in your fucking place. Because women don't know how to behave. You guys are out of control. Honestly, and that's a big reason, actually, that went to my topic. Women aren't getting approached anymore. And you guys wonder why? Because you guys are fucking rude. And women don't respect men anymore. That's what it really is. That's why so many guys don't go up to y'all no more. Because like, damn, she's probably going to fucking talk shit to me. Or damn, she's going to reject me rude there. Damn, she's going to say, get out of my face or some shit like that. Like, The real question is, are women worthy of approaching anymore? I would argue most of you guys aren't.
Also, let's say they get past the first initial introduction and they meet you, you're rude to them, they'll smash you and leave right away.
And then women wonder why all of you guys are overwhelmingly fucking single. You guys don't know how to behave.
Yeah, they're gonna leave for sure.
I think the problem with today's dating is that majority of women don't really know what men want. Truthfully, I don't even think they even care. A couple things that Candace said that really stood out to me is the fact that men have been saying to women, we don't want promiscuous women, women who dress like hoes. We don't want that as a wife. But the only response that we're getting is, well, I don't dress like that for men. So either way, both realities are just not what we want. We don't want you dressing like that for other women. We don't even want you dressing like that for us. But they insist on these behaviors. And these behaviors are leaving them single and alone. So marriage is taking a hit. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please click the like, drop a comment, let me know what you thought about this one. And don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.
I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it?